Waven is an underrated game. Waven came about on Steam about a month ago. I was going through my wishlist as you do, bored of all the games that I saw, and I saw Waven on there. And I remember the poster because I remember wishlisting it like half a year prior and just like, oh, this game looks pretty cool. I'll get it. I'm not a huge fan of card games like deck building. I don't really care for Hearthstone. That's just not my scene. I just don't find that too interesting. But I downloaded it when I saw it was free to play and that it was an RPG like adventure, and I was hooked. That by itself sounded amazing to me. So naturally, I went in, and I now have 30 hours in the game as of me recording this video. I played it for a solid 3 days straight, and I do not regret it. This is a really good game that I'm surprised does not have more traction than it does currently. Now, as of the making of this video, I'm pretty sure it is around 1,400, 1,500 active players concurrent on Steam. I've been playing it with two of my buddies, and we've been having a great time. I went down the mage route, a friend of mine. I'm pretty sure in the video is him going down this healer subclass route, and then my other friend is going down a warrior route. So we've been having a really good time. We've been exploring dungeons, as one does. I completely lost track of time. Like, this game is incredible down from the combat, because it's not just like the cards are your abilities. So whenever you can naturally attack, you can move, and you can use your cards to, well, attack with. It's got a really intricate deck building element into the game. The different items of rings and armbands you can equip, as well as customizing your actual deck, as well as there's an entire skill tree inside your class specific to the subclass you choose, which is surprising. I don't know how to say it. Like, I'm actually starstruck with how good this game is. It's really simple, yet it's on that nice gray line of simplicity and intricacy. And it's refreshing. It's incredibly refreshing to play. I love it. Now, the game does have a lot of MMO elements, so there is a lot of the gameplay is just repeating a lot of stuff, but not really. You see, there's like 12 different islands in the game for a 12 islands that actually involve the NPC combat, while three others, or sorry, four others, one of them being the tutorial island. Then you have your home island, you have a shop island, which by the way is in-game currency, not real life money, and then another island which is PvP. Now, I've yet to try PvP. I waited about 2 minutes in a queue before I got bored and wanting to go back to PvE. So, I've yet to try the PvP, but I heard that there is actually a meta for classes, builds, and whatnot, so I am excited to try it to see what it's like. Now, each island has their own individual currency to buy island-specific companions, rings, armbands. It's really cool. So whatever time you're putting in most of the islands, you're also getting cosmetics for your island to customize it, but as well as items for your character. As of right now, I've been really grinding the Chafer Island. Now, let me explain another thing. There are daily quests every day inside the game that lead you to different islands, so naturally you want to do those daily quests to get better rewards. I just said this earlier in the video, but I wanted to explore more about what I was talking about. On each island, you have two different missions, excluding the daily quests that spawn every day. You have the guy up front, which is basically like one room missions, done and gone kind of things. Very quick, at most 10 minutes of your time to do. And they give you the next area, and they go up by every 2 levels. But if you're looking for a challenge that gives you even better rewards, you can raise it to your level. Now, that's really cool because the items in this game, the higher level or like the higher difficulty the room or the level is, the higher chance of you getting rarer rewards. So that's how the game handles it. It's really cool. And if you're with a party with your friends, it raises it to the group's lowest level. So if you're in a party, for like me example, I'm level 30, my buddy's level like 36, and then we have another guy who's like level 12, it's going to raise it to the level 12s. Now, and it's still a challenge for the higher level players, which is still really cool. And the reason I say it's still a higher challenge is because every time you enter a room, you have the main objective, which is just kill everyone in the room, but then you also have a side challenge, which could give you extra XP, gold, and another chest if you complete it. Now, those challenges can range from killing an enemy while they're on the edge of the map, killing an enemy while in the middle of the room, killing this enemy first, killing this enemy last, so on and so forth. There's a lot, but those are the ones that are off the top of my head as of right now. And it's really cool. It keeps rooms mixing them up nice and fresh. And as well as when you're in a party, an elite will spawn in. Now, in single player, this doesn't happen, but in multiplayer, basically, it will randomly select one enemy in the room to have double its health and double its damage. Now, it's really terrifying, especially when you go to the Bork Island. I don't recommend anyone to go there. It is a fucking hellscape of an area. Because an elite that has a chance of spawning in is basically there's a character on that island or an enemy that whenever they hit you, however much damage they deal, they convert that to their armor towards themselves. Now, by that self, that's really annoying, but it's doable because one of your abilities can one-shot that armor, and then you and your buddies just all converge and kill the guy. But when the guy's an elite, he has about 100 damage, and when he's going through, basically taking tick when he's taking chip damage from everyone, when he's the last character standing, you now have to break through hundreds of armor, and all of you are probably really low on health, so this makes it almost an impossible encounter. Me and my buddies have only been able to do it once, and we vow pretty much to never go to that island as a party. Because in single player, you can handle that guy just fine. But in multiplayer, if he becomes the elite, it's game over. Uh, If there's a tutorial or if someone has a suggestion on how to beat that guy, please let me know. Because we've tried everything, and when we try to focus him first, he's not only are we trying to focus the guy with the most amount of health and the most amount of damage, and that he's gaining that all in armor, we have to deal with everybody else trying to kill us as well. So we normally try to ignore him till the last, so we can truly give all of our time and focus into him. But then sometimes he doesn't go for our tank. So like me, for example, I'm the damage. He normally goes for me, and I'm just running around the map. But elites get extra movement, so he's always faster than me. Anyways, that's a video for another day. I talked about that single mission, like the single one and done missions. The next thing that are on the island are dungeons. Dungeons have their one and done battles inside them, but you have to go through multiple stages of them to get to the final boss. But, before you make any assumptions, yes, it is a fun, replayable mission because while the single one and done missions that you can find at the start of the island are progressively get harder, and they mix up the enemies as well as their positions so that way every mission is fresh and they're completely different. The dungeons, while the same, every time you go through them, basically there's three missions. The first one lets you unlock the first mini boss. There are three mini bosses in each dungeon, but you have to complete each dungeon to unlock the next mini boss, and every mini boss dungeon is a higher level requirement. For example, the first one being level 10s, you get the first mini boss, which is basically you kill one and done, then you go to the second one and done, then the mini boss area will spawn. Now, you can choose to go help, or you could choose to ignore and just continue along the main dungeon. And pretty much, if you choose to help him, you have to fight through two rooms, and the final second room is the mini boss. Now, these fights are really fun. The dungeons are incredible. I've had to play, or I have played, the Chafer Island, which is the undead island. I forgot to preface that. And then there's the Gobtail Island, which is basically a bunch of sheep, and the final boss being a giant fucking sheep giga chat. I wish I was kidding. I don't know if I have it in this footage, but if not, I'm putting up a picture because this dude was terrifying when me and my friend saw him. Just like, what the fuck is this guy? And I did mention earlier in the video that there is customization options, not only for your character, but as well as your personal island. Now, it's just purely cosmetics. Like, you will never see it unless you purposely go visit this island. So, if that's something you're interested in, you can 100% do that. But how you get these said items is by doing quests and achievements on that island. Each island has their own unique cosmetical rewards that you can actually see your progress on to seeing how you can get these rewards. And all you have to do is complete point quests or earn point quests. And by doing that is doing quests, getting achievements done, and doing your dailies. And there you go. So, if you're not only grinding for your character, you can also grind for the cosmetics that you can get for your island, which I think is incredibly amazing. And like I said, each island has their own trees, items, everything is unique about each island, including the enemies, cosmetics, and items you can earn. So every island is refreshing in what you could choose to farm. I recommend this game for anybody, even if you're not a card deck building fan like I am. This game is incredibly refreshing to play because there's just a lot to do. There is an incredible amount of content, and I recommend it for anybody who just wants to play something new. It's only 5 gigabytes. It's free to play. Just dive in. It's great. I do it. What do you got to lose besides your time? Hey, you're forgetting one thing when you say it's a free to play game. Why? What's that? It's just a fun free to play game. What am I? You know what? I'll take it from here. Hi. I'm here to steal your joy in all things gaming. Bald Viking lad. Now, just like how reflective my hair is, this game has a lot of microtransactions. I've never seen this before, but this game has a battle pass. Now, that by itself, we're all accustomed to a battle pass. We all know how it works. But this game has 3 fucking tiers of the battle pass. The free, the $7, and the $15. There are 3 tier battle passes, ladies and gentlemen. They're evolving. Microtransactions are evolving, people. But yeah, I just wanted to give everyone a friendly reminder that this game does have an egregious amount of microtransactions. Because not only do they give your main characters, like your main character skins, they also give your companions, your summons, skins as well as a ton of different emotes, a daily and weekly rotating shop. But, ladies and gentlemen, do not let this deceive you from the actual gameplay. All of this is cosmetical except for the Battle Pass, if you choose to spend money on it. If not, it's not the end of the world, because remember that in-game currency the other me was talking about? That is for the shop island where you can actually purchase said chests or cards directly with the currency that you can earn in-game. Okay, that's it for me. Other me, take it away. Take it away. Sorry for bothering your time. Every free to play game has microtransactions.